StadiumDB.com presents Top 10 Stadiums in Indonesia. Hello! This time we have prepared for you a ranking of the 10 biggest stadiums in Indonesia. Yes, you've heard it right. After all, this island country is home to more than 275 million people, which also contributes to a significant interest in football. Considering the capacity of their sporting venues, the Asians definitely have nothing to be ashamed of, and the country's biggest arenas, led by the brand new Jakarta International Stadium, can even be envied by Europe's top clubs. Before we get to the main part of the video, we would like to ask you to support our channel by clicking the subscribe button and leaving thumbs up. This will allow our videos to be made regularly with a narrator. And now, without further ado, we are off to Southeast Asia to explore the Indonesian islands and, above all, their impressive stadiums. 10th place, Stadion Aji Imbut, capacity 35,000. We begin our journey with a visit to the third largest island in the world, Borneo. In the town of Tangerang, a team called Mitra Kukar plays its matches. Despite not being a national powerhouse at all, in 2008 they received a really decent stadium. In total, a complex of facilities has been built on an area of as much as 100 hectares, with Southeast Asia's first indoor velodrome. The main stadium has two stands with canopies supported by steel arches. The western section is partly equipped with seats, while the eastern stand is made up exclusively of concrete. 9th place, Stadion Kanjuruhan, capacity 35,000. We move south to Malang, where on the east side of Java we can find a venue hosted by top-flight side Arema FC. Keep this stadium in mind, as a brand new arena is soon to be built from scratch in this location, in accordance with the latest safety standards set by FIFA. This is all linked to the tragic events during an Indonesian league match in October 2022. For the time being, the single-tier stands in the athletics layout hold 35,000 spectators, but only the main one features proper seats and a roof. On the opposite side, under the impressive scoreboard, members of Aremania, one of the largest fan groups in Indonesia, gather. 8th place, Stadion Gelora Bandung Lautan, capacity 38,000. First of all, we assure you that you won't see a longer name in this video. Yet, being completely serious, the facility of two-time national champion Persib Bandung can truly impress. Thanks to the city authorities' support, the multi-purpose arena opened in 2013 after about 3.5 years of construction. Unlike the previous two venues at the Tigers Stadium, there are only traditional seats, which in addition are fireproof. The facility is divided into 4 tiers, which include VIP boxes with bulletproof glass or a heliport. 7th place, Stadion Batakan, capacity 40,000. We return to the eastern part of Borneo, where we are greeted by the first of Indonesia's 40,000 seaters. The local club, Persiba Balikpapan, inaugurated the stadium in 2017 after 6 years of construction. The lower tier of stands had already been ready 3 years earlier, but funding problems slowed down the work. It was definitely worth waiting, as the venue became one of the most distinctive in the country, which from the outside resembles a copy of Lisbon's Estádio da Luz. The two-tier stands, separated by a strip of glass boxes, have been given a football-specific layout. 6th place, Stadion Lukas Enembe, capacity 40,263. New island unlocked. This time we have landed in Indonesia's easternmost city, which is located right by the border with Papua New Guinea. The venue was specially built to host the national games in 2020. As such, it is fully multi-purpose and also the largest on the entire island of New Guinea. Enclosed by hills and forests to the north, as well as overlooking the turquoise waters of Lake Sentani to the south, not only was a football stadium built here, but also an indoor arena and a swimming pool. Although being conventional, the facility of Persipura Jayapura stands out for its interesting idea of facade decoration with reinforced concrete stands surrounding the characteristic sails. At this point, once again, we would like to encourage you to leave thumbs up and a comment below. We have also noticed that more than 98% of StadiumDB.com viewers do not subscribe to our channel. Of course, it is completely free and voluntary. Such help would be priceless for us and would contribute to the development of our stadium project. 5th place, Stadion Utama Riau. Capacity 40,700. Although at first glance it might seem that we have changed continents, you do not need to fear. We are still in Indonesia, or more precisely on the island of Sumatra. It is here in the city of Pekanbaru where an arena that resembles a spaceship has been built, with its substantial dome extending far beyond the stands. In order to provide sunlight access and ventilation, only part of the external cladding was made of metal, while impressive horizontal blinds allow air and sun to enter inside. The stadium was opened in 2012 on the occasion of, you guessed it right, the National Sports Games. We have to admit that the Indonesians are quite predictable in this regard. 4th place, Stadion Gelora Bung Tomo. Capacity 50,000. We touched down in Java again, this time on the occasion of a visit to Surabaya, the country's second largest city. The metropolis of nearly 10 million people is only behind Jakarta in population numbers, but when it comes to stadiums, the home venue of top-flight side Persebaya came just off the podium. It is here that one of the semi-finals of the Under-20 World Cup in 2023 will be held. The tournament was supposed to visit Indonesia 2 years earlier, but the championship was postponed due to the pandemic. The stadium has undergone a number of renovations to host the event. New floodlighting has been installed, seats have been added, and the facade has been fixed. 3rd place, Stadion Utama Palaran. Capacity 60,000. We take one last look at Borneo, where the representative stadium in Samarinda was opened on the occasion of National Sports Week in 2008. It was built following an initiative by the East Borneo provincial government. Although officially named Stadion Utama Kaltim, in Indonesia it is primarily known as Utama Palaran. The venue was officially inaugurated by the country's president himself, Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono. It also hosted a league final in May 2009, but the arena currently has no permanent user. Apart from hosting occasional sporting events over the past decade, the venue can certainly be considered as a white elephant. 2nd place, Stadion Gelora Bung Karno. Capacity 76,127. We move to the capital and one of the most populated cities in this part of the globe, Jakarta. Until mid-2022, this was the venue that for 6 decades had held the title of the country's largest. Enough to say that years ago, its stands could accommodate up to 150,000 people, twice its current capacity. A special feature of the steel roof structure is the giant ring it creates, a very rare architectural concept backed when the construction began in 1960. Interestingly, the work was finalized thanks to a $12.5 million loan from the USSR. The stadium hosted events such as 2007 AFC Asian Cup Final and the opening and closing ceremonies of the 2018 Asian Games. It has been home to Persija Jakarta for many years, hosting several Indonesian Cup finals and national team matches. In 2023, it will be the venue for the grand final of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. First place, Jakarta International Stadium, capacity 82,000. Persija Jakarta is one of the Indonesia's mightiest football clubs, with a whole lot of supporters. Plans to build a new stadium for the team date back to the end of the first decade of the 21st century. At the time, the idea was to erect a 50,000-seat facility with an athletics track. Eventually, it was decided to create a football-specific stadium that would be the largest in Asia. The works, which lasted just 2.5 years, faced numerous challenges. The start of the construction was significantly delayed, mainly due to the problems with buying up land. The facility was being built on muddy, waterlogged ground, making it impossible to construct underground floors. The cost of the entire project was approximately 4.5 trillion Indonesian rupiah and was entirely financed by municipal funds. Jakarta International Stadium was officially inaugurated in July 2022, although a small football tournament was held here just 2 months earlier in connection with its soft opening. The more than 80,000-seat venue has a compact and closed form. The pitch is surrounded by high, three-tiered stands, with the lowest rows of the auditorium located slightly above the level of the pitch. From the outside, the stadium is covered with a facade formed by vertical, convex perforated strips made of aluminium. These form a pattern imitating tiger stripes, which can be illuminated by night. The height of the stadium, 73 meters, makes it one of the tallest of its kind in the world. Persija's new home is also one of the largest arenas equipped with a retractable canopy, the first in Indonesia and the second in Southeast Asia. This was the final venue in our top 10 ranking of stadiums in Indonesia. Did your perception of the local venues match up with what you saw in the video? Be sure to let us know in the comments section below if you would like to see more similar footage from different countries around the world. Thank you for watching and see you next time!